What a time to be alive.
Yeah, September, what's today, 27th? 26th.
I think today is the 1 year anniversary of Hurricane Helene.
Is it?
Wiping our city out, yeah.
I knew it was sometime in September. I couldn't remember the exact date.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's today.
That was awful. That was an awful time in our lives.
That was a terrible time. We could not bring you guys any content.
Nope.
And if I'm being completely honest, I don't think either of us was thinking about that.
No. In those moments, I was thinking about other things like
how am I going to eat?
Yeah, how am I going to eat?
Some AC would have been nice.
Yep. Power would have been nice. I thought it had shit figured out for a while. I thought it was going to cook. I was like, you know what? Hurricane hit, obliterated Augusta and the surrounding areas, and no one saw that shit coming, apparently. I can't play video games or watch TV or make any content, but you know what? I still have plenty of comic books. And then, 7 o'clock rolled around, and you realize how little sunlight you have. And then I was just sitting here in the dark until I got tired enough that I could deal with the heat and try to get some sleep.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And, I got a lot of reading done during that, too. But it was awful because, during the day, it was just so hot.
It was miserable.
And just muggy. So, here we are to a year of hurricane-free. I'll drink to that.
Even though there is something brewing right now in there.
Yeah, and I'm going to be in Florida for most of the month. So, if it's going to, maybe it'll veer away from here and come to me. Although, I'm going to be at Universal next week, and according to the weather forecast, it's supposed to be nice and shiny the whole time I'm there. So, hopefully that holds. I would like that a lot.
Hopefully. It's supposed to be pretty rainy here for the next 5 or so days, I think.
But I'm going to be at Universal next week, guys. So the homie Lauren and the homie Dylan are actually going to be filling in for me. Appreciate them for that in advance. And when I come back, I actually will probably have a little bit to talk to you guys about the brand new Epic universe that they've opened. So that should be really fun.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to you about that off mic just a couple of days ago, and I mentioned that I had no idea they were even making that.
Yeah.
They built that shit like the Death Star, right underneath my nose. I had no idea what's happening.
Palpatine sent some people to take some shit from your house they needed for it.
Yeah. I was like, whatever. Go ahead.
We need this for the Imperial Security Project.
Fine, I approve.
All right, yeah,
Yeah. So that's going to be fun to sell, I think, man. Hopefully y'all have fun and, don't do anything I wouldn't do. No. I hope you guys do a lot of shit I wouldn't do because I won't get on any roller coasters.
I was going to say, I'm a roller coaster junkie, so I'm going to be doing lots of things that you wouldn't do.
Have you heard or seen the trailer for the new Wolverine game coming out?
I have not.
Oh.
I have not seen that. I heard some things about it, but I didn't know that there was a trailer out.
Yeah, they finally released a full-fledged trailer for it. It's so funny looking at this trailer now and then looking back at 18 months ago when that shit leaked.
When they leaked playable game footage, like actual playable parts of the game, not footage.
Yeah. It looks 1,000% better. Obviously.
A lot of that stuff tends to happen at the end, all the optimization and stuff. Like early in development, they're just trying to get all the shit working.
Yeah, well, back when the Wolverine game files leaked online, a lot of that shit looked like RuneCraft.
Yeah.
And so I was very...
You mean RuneScape?
RuneScape,
You mixed them together. You mixed Warcraft and RuneScape together.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Into RuneCraft.
It looked like that. You don't know what game I have from the universe that I'm from.
That's true. I don't.
Yeah.
I just suspect it's probably not this universe that they went to in this episode.
No, I don't. No. Close. It's like one universe.
Cuts it down, door down. Yeah, okay.
But no, the Wolverine game, it looks really good, man. I am very excited for it. Some people are a little frustrated because it won't be open world like Insomniac Spider-Man games. But in my mind, I'm thinking, why would you guys want an open world Wolverine game? He has to walk.
Yeah, or run or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I get you can ride a motorcycle, but I mean, still.
Yeah, he has no way to bound between the rooftops.
Right.
It's just going to end up being fucking GTA at that point.
Right.
GTA Wolverine. I'm not saying that I'm not intrigued by that, but.
Yeah. But then it would be hard to justify why Wolverine isn't a murdering psychopath because that's what every Grand Theft Auto play boils down to.
He's not? We must be watching different Wolverine stuff.
He is a murderer and at times psychopathic, but he's not a murderous psychopath.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But the footage looks good?
It does. Omega Red, I popped big for that. Spoiler alert, Omega Red, he's very prominent in the trailer. So yeah, pop big for that. Big Sentinel reveal at the end there. Mystique is also in the game that we see. We don't know to what extent she's going to be in there or if she's any kind of foe or ally. We don't know. Gameplay looks really smooth and fluid and super gory the way it needs to. Looks like the Reavers are in there. I'm assuming that's the Reavers. The group from Logan that tried to hunt down the mutants.
Yeah.
Those guys. And so now at this point, I'm just wondering who else is going to be in the game. There's possibly Sabretooth, I imagine, could be in there. It'd be a little weird if Sabretooth, to a degree, wasn't in the Wolverine game. Silver Samurai would be fun. We know that Wolverine is going to Japan in this game, so that would be a really cool thing to do. There's a few people who could definitely be in it. So, yeah, at this point, we don't really know a whole lot about the story other than Wolverine will be going to Japan and some other places. So who knows? Some people are speculating maybe they'll do a Hulk fight somewhere in there. That would be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nuts. I mean, I feel like your game engine would really have to be something.
Yes.
To make that happen. I hope there's a lot to the game because they've been working on it for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So, like, if the story is, like, real short, like Spider-Man 2, I think that a lot of people are going to be really upset.
You know, there's I don't want to go off on a tangent here about Spider-Man 2, but when that game came out, I guess at this point, 2 years ago, roundabout.
Right.
I did like a solo review on the podcast for that game, and it wasn't until I took my notes that I realized that there's a lot more about that game that I don't like than I initially realized. And the game length is definitely one of them, but man, it's so many of the story elements, they just really just kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Right.
With that game. And you know, I'm not saying that it's not a good game. It's still very enjoyable. It's still a lot of fun to be had in that game. The symbiote suit is a whole lot of fun, and the level ups are fun, and the way that they handle certain story elements from the comics to this game, very intriguing. But then it's just unavoidable. There's a lot of shit that they just kind of shot the bed with. So a lot of people are wondering what they're going to do for this third Spider-Man game.
Is that official?
I think so.
Are they doing that after Wolverine?
Okay. Yep. And then there's rumors to be a Venom game. I mean, who knows? Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man, how Insomniac bounces back. I think that Wolverine will really put people back in their good graces if this Wolverine game is really good. But we'll see. We'll see.
One place that, WB has really fucked up over the years, for about the last 10 years, actually, is, with their IP and their video games and the lack thereof. And it's a lot like, animation, where the animated, DC movies used to be like, the bar for animated superhero stuff. And the same thing goes for the video games, like the Batman Arkham games were such a big hit. And, Superman used to also have video games pretty often, too, about as often as Spider-Man did. And I was thinking about it the other day, man. Like, it's time that we get a good Superman game. Yep. Now, I understand why people don't want to do it, because obviously it's a very difficult thing to do, right? You have to, you have to get all these different powers right. You have to get his actual strength right. It's one thing with like Spider-Man where you can go, oh, okay, well, that person got thrown off the roof, but he like webbed him at the last second. Yeah. No, if Superman hits you uppercut, you're dead. Right. That's it. So, that's an issue that you kind of have to overcome. It's like, are you going to make Metropolis like empty AF? I mean, I think one of the ways you could do it is not even have it be on Earth. You could have it be set somewhere else, There's just a lot that you can do. Or you can go this Wolverine route and have it maybe not necessarily be open world. But then you have a problem of like a Superman 64 thing where it's like, okay, well, I'm Superman, so like I want to fly around and do whatever. So
and they're like, fine, fly through these rings.
Yeah, fly through these rings,
bitch.
Yeah, I mean, Superman 64, maybe one of the worst video games of all time.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I mean, I get it, but it is time, I think, for Superman to have his own game. Honestly, the Superman Returns game at the time wasn't awful. It was better than the movie.
Okay, where's the bar?
Yeah, in hell. Yeah, but I mean, I got a good bit of enjoyment out of that game. You know?
I never played it, so I can't really speak too much on that one.
You could like fly around, as Superman and do things like put out fires and stuff.
You're really selling
things
this
that Superman does.
Yeah, you're really selling this.
Yeah. Stop low level drug deals and things like that require Superman.
Bro, so you know that WB apparently, I don't remember which studios it was, whether it was WB Montreal or like the main team there that made the mainstream Arkham games. But one of the teams there, they were working on a Wonder Woman game apparently. But it got shelved it was either for Suicide Squad or for Gotham Knights. I forget.
Oh, I do remember that. And a Wonder Woman game, especially if they base it off Absolute, would I think be incredible.
Yeah, I think even if they went with the mainstream Wonder Woman, that's still a hit. I mean, there's just so much you can do with that. The lady's 5,000 years old. It doesn't have to be set in modern day. Not saying that you have to take cues from the movies, but if you're too afraid to set it in modern day, that's fine. She doesn't have to fight human threats. The lady can fight gods.
Right.
So there was just a ton of potential there, and really I think that if they wanted to test the waters to see if it would be possible to do a Superman game that's really in depth, the way you do that, I think starting with that Wonder Woman game would have been a good feeler to see if they could do it or not.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't always have to be like an open world game like that. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could make a good game. I mean, granted, like I understand people want to fly around as Superman. So I think you would have to address that in some way. But I do think that they are just kind of wasting all of the IP. If they won't even put a damn Batman game out.
Right. Right. And we talked about this a few weeks ago, the Lego Batman game that's coming out, the new one. And people seem to be pretty excited about that. And it's me. I'm people.
It's me. I'm people.
Yeah, I agree, though. We do need more superhero video games in general. I mean, really. Even with Marvel. So they put out the Avengers game, and we know how that went. Yeah,
the Avengers game was rough.
That was a rough one.
I mean, really the only success story, I think, in recent video games, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
When it comes to superheroes.
Yeah. And even Guardians of the Galaxy, that was actually a really good game. It's just, I think people were burned from Avengers, so no one got it.
Well, I think it was also, too, that really should have been a co-op experience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it should have been.
The fact that it was completely single player, I think, turned a lot of people off to that. Because a lot of people were also burned from Ultimate Alliance 3 being a trash cell phone game, basically.
For the ones who bothered to play Ultimate Alliance 3.
Right, because it was a trash cell phone game. And, you go from Ultimate Alliance, people like that experience. Mm-hmm. They like playing these kind of like beat 'em up, like superhero games with their friends. So, obviously the narrative in Guardians of the Galaxy was great, and it actually won some awards too, I believe. But, I think the idea of like a single player game with that sort of cast, like that sort of ensemble cast, it just was never a good fit to me. I think at bare minimum, you should have been able to pick which Guardian you want to play with at all times, and there should have been a co-op choice for that.
Yeah, obviously that would have made the game a much better experience, a much different experience. But for what it was, I thought that it was. It actually surprised me with how much I enjoyed it.
It was a great game. Speaking of, it sounds like we have a new Game of the Year contender now. I think it's going to be between Expedition 33 and Hades 2.
Oh, that's right. Hades 2 did finally have its official release, didn't it?
Yeah, I might pick it up tonight and play it.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed Hades 1.
Yeah, apparently, I mean, I did as well, and I recently, in preparation for the second game, because it's been in early access, but I was like, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to mess with early access. I just want to wait till the whole game is out and play it. So I played back through the first one pretty recently, and really loved it. I forgot how fast that game is.
Super fast.
Like it's you know, I've played some other roguelikes lately, and like it feels like, you know, you're in the Speed Force compared to those. So yeah, I mean, that was just something else. But the second one, man, I've looked at some stuff on it, and I'm really excited to play it. And do you know anything about what it's about?
The sequel? No.
So you're actually playing as your sister.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name right now, but essentially this time, instead of trying to stop Hades, you're actually trying to stop your grandfather, Kronos. And each time you go on a run, there's actually two different paths you can pick. And they're completely different. So Kronos is like sieging Mount Olympus, so you have the option to either try to go stop Kronos or to go try to break his siege on Mount Olympus. So every time you go on a run, there's two different paths.
Oh, that's dope.
And they're entirely different. So you're not going to see any of the same levels or bosses or enemies in the one path as you would see in the other.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a really cool thing, especially if it's like, you know, one boss just like really pisses you off.
Yeah.
You know, you can be like, all right, well, I'm going to set that down. I'm going to go do the other route for a while. And apparently it has a ton of like unlocks, and the story is just as good, if not better than the first one. So
damn. Yeah.
Is it Zagreus in the first one? Is that his name?
I forget what his name is, but that sounds right. I'll go with that.
Yeah, sure. It is now.
Yeah, I really had a blast with the first one, and that's coming from someone who doesn't typically care for roguelites that much. I'm usually not the demo for a roguelite game, but Hades, it really got me. And the only reason I played this because I saw it on Game Pass, and I said, you know what, let me give it a shot. And yeah, like several hours later, I was like, I guess I should go to bed.
I love a roguelike, but it's got to be well done. It's just like anything else. You know, I feel like that the genre is appealing to me, but there has to be significant things. Like I have to get, even if I don't win, I have to get progress. You know, so there has to be different things I can do on the run.
You played Silk Song yet?
I have not played Silk Song. I know the homie Dylan has, so y'all should talk about that when he comes on.
Yep.
But I have, so we're talking roguelikes. I think Faster Than Light is an amazing roguelike. As a matter of fact, I think a AAA like Mass Effect style game of that type of gameplay would make a fortune. I think a ton of people would be really interested in something like that. So, yeah, man, I actually am a big fan of the roguelike genre. So.
Well, I suppose we should talk about tonight's topic at hand.
We absolutely should, since we actually have something to talk about tonight. Now, full spoiler warning for this one, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If somehow you haven't got to that realization yet, there will be full spoilers, once again. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I suppose proper introductions are in order. So, with that being said, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies Podcast. My name is Quentin, and I am here with the co-host who does want to taste it. I'm talking about the homie Caleb.
I do really, really want to taste it. Yeah, well, everybody, I have been bitching for like 2 weeks about Peacemaker. And I'm still going to be complaining just a tad because this episode was somehow fucking shorter than last week's. But every single second had something going on, so I will definitely give it that. We have kind of been waiting for them to do something, anything, for a while. I feel like, you know, I've said this before. It's basically, to me, like the first episode, the season premiere was like a whole episode. And then ever since then, including this episode, we've just gotten a bunch of half episodes, right? 2 and 3 could have been one episode. 3 and 4 could have been one episode. And as it's looking, I think 5 and 6 is kind of in the same boat. But, oh my God, what we got from this one was incredible.
Yeah. So, I will say this: James Gunn. This is back before the show even officially came out. Said that the last 3 episodes are really something else, really something special, and that people are gonna, lose their shit over it. So far with episode 6, I say, yeah, he's onto something.
Oh yeah. Since we've gone ahead and dropped the spoiler warning, here's your last warning to get the fuck out of here. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Lex motherfucking Luthor.
Lex Luthor is in the building. He's in prison. That's the building.
That is a building. Yeah, for 267 years, I think.
I think 65. Don't give him those 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, got to tack on those extra 2 years for him. Nicholas Hoult is just perfect as Lex. And I think here we actually got to see a somewhat grittier Lex. Mm-hmm. Whether, that's because of the nature of the show being a little grittier, or if it's just because, he's more pissed off than he was in Superman.
He dropped an F-bomb too, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. Well, and they got him in prison with a bunch of metahumans. He's probably like the only human in Belle Reve.
Yeah. That should make him feel special.
Is Weasel in there still?
Is that where they keep Weasel?
He was in Belle Reve at the beginning of the Suicide Squad movie.
But in Creature Commandos...
No, not in Creature Commandos.
Yeah, so I don't think Weasel would be in there then.
If they called him, though, then they would have sent him back there.
Yeah, because, because Creature Commandos obviously takes place after the Suicide Squad. And
yeah.
So I don't think that Weasel would be in there.
That's true. Unless he got caught again.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because I really want to talk about this Lex Luthor scene.
Yes.
But I need to just mention this before it slips my mind. James Gunn, DCU, Nazis, G.I. Robot?
Yes. Please. There has never been a more specific task that we needed G.I. Robot for.
Right.
Do you know how happy G.I. Robot would be to find out there's an entire universe for him to just murder?
I mean, he can literally just murder to his little robot heart content.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have to worry about, like, bystanders or anything.
No.
I don't know that was ever a thing he did, from what I could tell.
And plus, I don't know if you remember, one of the last scenes of Creature Commandos, G.I. Robot, he was brought back to life, right? Because he had, kamikaze, basically.
Yeah.
And he was given, a super robot body.
Yeah.
So, it would be like a tank version of G.I. Robot murdering these Nazis.
Kaiju G.I. Robot.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, let's set him loose.
Yeah.
Rick Flag has to know where he's at.
So maybe with these last 2 episodes, Rick Flag, he goes to Nazi version. He's like, oh no, this is wrong. I need somebody who can stop this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got just a guy.
And he goes and gets Superman and G.I. Robot.
I don't know how Superman would feel working alongside a murderous bot.
I think he would make an exception for the Nazis.
Yeah, we will hope so. It does make you wonder, though. We mentioned this a few episodes ago. Where is Superman in that universe?
I hope not doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's the question, right? Is in this universe, would they have killed him immediately because he's an alien?
That is an excellent question.
Would they have been like, oh, let's stab this motherfucking baby? Oh, that didn't work. Oh, well, there's this green rock that came down with his spaceship, and then they were like, oh, well, that cuts him, and then they just stabbed the baby to death.
The baby to death. It's possible, or I can also see it being more like a Flashpoint type deal where they have him locked up somewhere, and they're just using him for something,
So let's kind of get into it here because I definitely want to revisit the Lex scene, but. Yeah, I mean, they ripped off the Band-Aid this week, and James Gunn has to know, right, that people were going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
And he has to understand that, the internet was going to discover this before, before the show revealed it. But I actually think that that's kind of the genius of it, that, everybody except for Chris knew.
Yeah.
It's like, Harcourt was there for 3 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Before she was like, this is not right.
Yeah, there's a certain demo that fits here and nothing else.
Yeah, and he's like, no, there's no way. And like Hardcore, like I said, just immediately picks up on it. Mm-hmm. One thing that they did kind of mess up on though is and this is something that the internet also pointed out too, where like this was one of the big arguments against this being the like Nazi verse or Earth X, is that they had like handicap parking in one of the parking lots. They wouldn't have had that shit because like the Nazis just killed the disabled. Like
that's true.
That's a portion. That's a concept of the master race.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe in the universe it means something else to be disabled.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
maybe it's only for like if you were killed, like if you were injured in like combat or whatever,
or if you're like a really elderly statesman Nazi.
Yeah. Those are three words that I never wanted to hear together. But yes, we got the reveal that Peacemaker's perfect world or whatever is actually Earth X or the Nazi universe.
Naziville,
Naziverse.
Yeah, and I gotta say this too. I have to assume that this was also done intentionally because I think it makes it that much better that way in terms of like how this thing is playing out. But I'm actually very happy about the fact that Chris himself like never caught on to it.
Right.
Because and it's not just Chris, but there's a lot of people in society, right, who are just blind to injustices that don't affect them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like Peacemaker, he's one of them.
Absolutely.
So he's in this universe, and yeah, for him it's perfect, but he never thought to realize that, there's something off here.
One of my favorite things is about this, is it's a old like political comic, and it's these two geese, and they're reading the newspaper, and the headline is something like the rats claim that the owls are killing them, and one of the geese like looks over the other and is like, the owls ever bothered you? And the other one's like, no.
Yeah.
And I always that one has always stuck with me.
That's a good one.
And he's like, I don't know what the rats are on about.
Yeah. Owls nothing but friendly.
Yeah, they never been nothing but friendly to me. I mean,
they're all wise and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've always loved that. Just very sharp and direct, like political commentary on that. So, this is kind of in that same vein, right? Like, Peacemaker is, our version of Chris, he doesn't pick up on any of this. And it's also very interesting to see that, the reason he thinks it's so great over here is because it's great specifically for him.
Yeah.
He's not looking at it through any other lens.
Right. He doesn't see it any other way. And it's also interesting seeing like the breadcrumbs that have been laid out, because for us, I feel like we started to hint around it around episode 3. I think the first time we really got to experience this universe more thoroughly.
When he took out the Sons of
Liberty. Because I was so curious as to why James Gunn would use them in particular. A terroristic group sent, that's been on overthrowing the government. And I was like, he could have used any group of evildoers. He used the Sons of Liberty. And why would the Sons of Liberty be needed in this perfect world? And so then from there, like, it just kept brewing, and then, here we are.
Yeah, I typically don't love Vigilante, but he was on point in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
He was hilarious. He definitely is the comic relief in this episode. I love when they go down there and find his, like, drug and money den. Like, what is all this shit? He's like, well, when I stop the bad guys, I got to put this shit somewhere. And they're like, Adebayo is like, you just borrowed some money from me last week. He's like, well, I'm not going to use any of that. That's blood money.
All right, dog.
And then it was really hilarious to me also when they all got the cocaine.
Oh, bro. They all got fucking lambasted with coke. There's got to be some kind of contact high for sure.
They had to have breathed in some of it.
Yeah. But that was a thing that happened. Vigilante, he is just fucking loaded and just doesn't even register to him.
No. Nope. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't even view it as real money.
I love how they're all just like stuffing the cash in different places.
For sure, because that's what any rational person would do.
Oh yeah, I would take a ton of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
It could have literal blood on it.
Yeah, and cocaine.
Yeah.
I will try to get the residue off of there.
Yeah, as I say, that money may not have had cocaine on it originally, but it definitely does now.
Oh, for sure. And if a cop catches me with that, I'm going to say, I'm a strip club manager, and sometimes this just happens.
Yeah, sometimes this just happens. Sometimes my money just got cocaine on it. I don't tell you.
Yeah, so they do go to Universe X and Nazi verse. And again, this episode was only 36 minutes long from beginning to credits.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
Trash.
But thankfully, they don't waste any time.
They really don't.
So because they get to it, we get to see things kind of quickly, and seeing Hardcore interact with Keith was interesting.
The directorial chops on this one, and I agree with the Hardcore and Keith thing. That's probably the only scene that doesn't work for me.
Oh, yeah?
It's like that just really long, awkward-ass scene that they have. The one that they did the outtake of and the bloopers or whatever. I was like, y'all should have reshot this. I don't think this is the take they should have gone with. It's just really cringe. You know? It's like, I mean, and granted, like, this has nothing to do with where we know Keith from, but it felt like a Michael Scott office scene, you know, where it's just like, nobody in their right mind would believe this shit, you know? Mm-hmm. But I want to talk about Keith here in relation to Earth X. He is also another really important piece of commentary about this, because he comes off as such a nice person.
Yeah. And
it's just like, you just see how much of like a horrific monster he is later in the episode. But like every time we've ever seen him up until now, it's just like he just comes off as like the nicest person imaginable. And it's you know, a lot of people are very fooled by that sort of thing, you know.
Right. It just reminds me of like a guy who I knew, this was like years and years ago. And I don't remember what brought up this conversation, but like unprompted, he just goes, you know, my granddad was like my idol, the greatest person who I've ever known. He was racist as fuck, but man, he was just the greatest guy I'd ever known. And I was like, I don't know how those two things can be true.
Yeah, they really can't.
Yeah. But it's kind of like this whole Keith situation here, where it's like, he comes across as just like this sweet and genuine and caring person. He cares about his dad and his brother, and he loves being a superhero and helping people, and just seems like a really genuine person. But yet, he's kind of a monster like everyone else in the society.
Yeah. And super racist.
Oh, yeah. That can be the name of their trio.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the thing, too, is this seems like it's so ingrained in their society that it's like how all these kids are raised, and like it's just, this is how it is, and which is horrifying. And it's crazy that this episode is able to have these big dramatic elements, these comedy elements, and then also these like horror elements as well, all in just a very quick, like 36 minutes of television.
Yeah. When Adebayo said she was going for a walk, I was like, please don't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, man.
But also, I was also thinking maybe you should, because I knew the dad was going to come home, and I was like, I don't want you to be in the house with the dad either, though.
No, that's true. But I think she might have been safer than where she's at right now.
See, here's the thing. I think the dad would have killed her
immediately.
Yeah. And it seems like Keith and the gang are going to round her up and take her back to some kind of camp. Because his words was like, one got out.
Yeah, when he said one got out, that might be the most horrific thing that I've heard said on a television show in a long time, if not ever.
Spine chilling.
Yeah. It really, I think I threw up in my mouth just a tad. And like, that was incredibly impactful.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Because, you know, a lot of people think that like the whole idea behind the Nazis was that they were going to wipe everybody out. No. They were going to wipe out most of everybody that wasn't them, but they were going to have a significant labor force as well, because the thing about like the way that these supremacy kind of mindsets work, there has to be somebody else for you to be superior over.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
So if there isn't, then it doesn't work, you see?
Exactly.
So they got to keep some alive.
I am also very worried about poor Judo Master.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to Judo Master?
Right.
Where is he at? Is he dead?
Is he dead? We don't know.
Because he's not going to be okay here either.
He's not going to be okay here at all. But here's the thing, like, he's going to fight back a lot. And I don't know how that ends for him. Yeah,
I mean, he has to have already been here for a little while, right? I mean,
he got there with Peacemaker, basically.
Yeah, right after him and Eagly. So, like, where is he?
Right.
I guess maybe he came through while they were fighting the kaiju.
Yeah.
And he got out of it. It's going to be a bad time for him.
For sure.
It looks like it's going to be a bad time for Adebayo.
Yeah.
But they kind of already spoiled in like the teaser for next week that they are going to get her out of there. So normally I would have been upset by that, but honestly it's keeping me going.
Right.
At this point.
I kind of needed that really. I didn't need that anxiety for a whole week.
Yeah, I really needed to know she's going to make it out of here.
Yeah. Oh, shit. So there's also the conflict because like the jig is up just completely now because both hardcores have been found in the same place at the same time now by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And so that jig is up right around the same time that our hardcore points out to Chris that, hey, that's a Nazi symbol on the flag. And he was like, oh, shit. Well, I guess it is, huh? I suppose it is a swastika, huh?
That I somehow never noticed before right now.
Must have snuck right past me. I wonder what their Pledge of Allegiance sounds like. Is it the same?
No. I guarantee you it isn't.
Yeah, maybe the whole like indivisible part is definitely.
So like America lost World War II here, right? Clearly.
That would have to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Captain Nazi is a villain in DC Comics.
Yeah.
You know, we can just go ahead and bring in Captain Nazi while we're at it.
What's that chick from Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah. Her too. She's got like the swastikas on the titties.
Yeah. Yeah, they can bring her in.
Yeah.
Bruno, is that?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring her in. Man. So what's his name? Economos, he's captured at the end. That was smooth how he was taken down though.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, Peacemaker's dad, Blue Dragon or whatever, is really not to be fucked with in this universe.
Not at all.
Because he took down Economos with incredible ease. I mean, they fought that kaiju.
Yeah, and won.
The one that it took Superman and the Justice Gang to kill in our world. So there's something going on.
For sure. But Economos, he thought that, okay, this is my moment. I can sneak away and just get the fuck out of here. Nope.
No, dog. He got immediately rocked.
Immediately. And it was almost scary how chill Blue Dragon was about the whole situation, because he had to have known immediately once he came in the house that, okay, there's somebody else in here.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, because I think he threw a beer bottle and smacked Economos with it.
Yeah, and he hit him with it hard enough that like Economos hit the cabinet.
Yeah.
On the other side of the beer bottle, and then he just right with the knife into the hand. Oh. And the effect on that shit was clean too.
Yeah.
It looked awful.
Oh.
It reminded me of the Ex Machina stab.
That's a rough stab.
It is.
I think still probably one of the roughest knife scenes I've seen was in John Wick 4 when the one guy gets stabbed in the hand and he goes to pull the knife out and Bill Skarsgård's like, no, don't, you have to never pull out.
Yeah.
And he has to pull his hand back.
Yeah.
Like, that was gruesome.
It was awful, yeah.
So Economos, in typical Economos fashion, he tells everything immediately because he's in a shitty situation right now.
Yeah.
And so moving forward with these last 2 episodes, we know that, Blue Dragon, he's going to get with Keith and say, hey, something ain't right with Chris. And if this fucking Economos guy is telling the truth, then this ain't even all Chris.
And he killed him.
Yeah, he killed him. So
they're not just going to let that shit go.
No, absolutely not.
Do you think that they're going to come to our universe? Because in the preview for episode 7, we see them going back through the miniverse. So
yeah, that's going to be interesting too. If they come into our universe,
Superman's going to fuck them up.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully anybody would fuck them up. I would hope, Give Mr. Terrific. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. He would probably take great pleasure.
Yeah.
They'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? He'd be like, I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. It's not impossible that we could get a Mr. Terrific cameo.
Right. So I read something early online today that said that the Lex scene was actually shot during the filming of Superman.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this Lex scene because there was so much to unpack here. This was a great cameo. I actually yelled when he walked onto the screen.
I picked up my phone to text you, and I was like, I don't know if you've seen the episode yet, so I'm gonna put this down.
Yeah, no. I actually, Kay was next to me, and I actually woke her up.
Dog.
Because I was sitting there watching, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And then Kay woke up, and I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's motherfucking Lex Luthor.
I don't know why it just didn't click for me who was gonna go visit.
Yeah, me neither.
I was like, okay, he's going to Belle Reve, but to see Lex.
Bloodsport. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, he's back in there. Yeah, but no, it was fucking Lex Luthor, and Lex is mad.
Oh yeah, he's real pissed.
Yeah.
The question is, obviously, this is going to have something to do with how Lex gets out.
Yep.
The question is, what did Lex give him?
Yeah.
Because he clearly sent him to see somebody else, but in the preview for next week, we don't see who he's talking to.
Right.
So I wonder who he sent him to talk to. The engineer, maybe?
That would be interesting, but she's got to be locked up somewhere, too.
If she's even, conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be locked up, too. They wouldn't just let her out.
Right. I don't know. It's interesting because it's got to be somebody big enough that they don't want to reveal it to us now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
It's Mr. Freeze.
It's hilarious. We see Mr. Freeze before we see Batman.
Technically correct, which is the best form of correct. We have already actually seen the DCU Batman.
We have seen a silhouette
in the Dr. Phosphorus backstory. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Bat.
It's the Bat. So, how am I trying to? Oh yeah, what Rick Flag Senior wants from Lex is help on tracking down Peacemaker, because Peacemaker is using obviously this interdimensional fucking rift device. And okay, first of all, with Rick Flag Senior, we know that sure he wants to stop Peacemaker from committing these crimes, but it's not even about that for him.
What if to make it right, Chris brings the Rick Flag over? He's like, here, it's your son. He's alive. He's a Nazi, but you can work with it.
Yeah. Oh shit. He turns out to be Captain Nazi in that universe.
Oh god. For whatever reason, man, Rick Flag Jr. seemed like he was a little bitch in the
absolutely
in Earth X.
Yeah, I think that Rick Flag Jr. Prime would have just beat the shit out of that Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah, and probably that Peacemaker too.
Yeah.
Now that we mention it,
I don't know, man. That Peacemaker had some shit on him.
He did, man. Those like blades or whatever was crazy.
Yeah. Where do you get those from? Man, he had a jetpack. He had all kinds of shit.
Apparently, his dad in this universe has just got some crazy, like, freaking, Mr. Fox level technology.
Right. Yeah, but clearly he didn't use Lucius Fox to get any of that tech.
Nope. Absolutely not.
For a reason that you can speculate on, like, why wouldn't he use Lucius?
It's like, oh man, why wouldn't he? That's weird.
Oh man, but no, going back to the Lex scene. So Lex, he's trying to get enough motion to get out.
Yeah.
But Rick Flag is like, no.
No. You almost tore the world in half.
Right.
That's not going to happen. I could probably get you out of this crazy ass prison though.
Yeah, I can get you put in a normal prison.
Which I think for Lex would still be an upgrade.
It would be, but still prison.
But we know he's going to get out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Belle Reeves seemed like a real shitty prison to be in.
It's true.
Lex would probably definitely rather be in like a federal, like Club Fed type situation.
Yeah, he wants to be in like a Bernie Madoff type prison.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to be like playing golf and shit.
Yeah, that's what he wants. And Rick Flag, I can see him maybe agreeing to terms along those lines to get put in a cushy prison. Yeah. So the question is exactly what's going to come of any of that, So we know that Rick Flag's going to meet with somebody, but we don't know who. So, I don't know, man. We're going to see. Do you think we get any other crazy cameos this season?
I still think we're going to get Superman. I think they will find some way to have Superman in some way in the show. Yeah. Now, it's entirely possible that whole, them posting the picture on social media was just a red herring for us to follow, and Lex is actually the big cameo. But I don't think James Gunn is done, man. I think we are going to see Superman in the finale.
I think so too. I think that would be a tremendous cameo. I think that James Gunn wants to make a deal of having like a big holy shit what the fuck moment and these Peacemaker season finales. Yeah, because I didn't see the Justice Gang showing up.
Yeah, you remember when the Justice Gang showed up?
Yeah.
In the season 1 finale.
How could you forget? We were like, oh shit, it's the Justice Gang.
Yeah, I remember watching that episode like the night it came out. And I was like, holy fuck, the Justice Gang is here.
But no one saw the Justice fill in the blank showing up.
The Justice Gang.
The Justice Gang.
We just talked about it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. So whatever he's got cooking for this finale, I guarantee you, is probably going to be something along those same lines as to like, holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. Yeah. So Superman would be interesting for sure. Now, what exactly would Superman need to show up for? I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I mean, maybe Blue Dragon and fucking what's his name, Trinity or something like that.
It's over with like Vigilance.
Triumph. Captain Triumph.
Yeah.
Maybe Blue Dragon and Captain Triumph come over, like follow them through the dimension doorway, and like they come into our world or whatever, and they like fight them for a while, and then Superman shows up. It's like, what the fuck are these Nazis doing here?
Yeah. Ooh boy. That would be interesting. So, I guess one thing just to kind of dampen it, and just to play the other side of the coin, to say that maybe we won't get a Superman cameo.
Yeah, maybe not.
Thinking back to the picture that you mentioned earlier that was online a few weeks ago when we see John Cena and David Cornsweet in the Superman outfit. I mean, knowing now that the Lex Luthor cameo was filmed during the shooting of Superman, I guess it's not implausible to think that maybe some of this shit was just being shot simultaneously. I don't know.
Well, John Cena definitely had on the Earth X outfit. Mm-hmm. And he had blood all over him. Yep. So, like, that picture definitely came during the production of Peacemaker. Now, we could also just get Superman in a reverse cameo from the Superman movie where, he's on the news talking about Peacemaker. Yep. I also thought it was hilarious that Lex had no idea who the fuck he is. Yeah. that actually, I mean, all the dialogue in that scene was so perfect because Lex is just like, you see a metahuman, I never heard of him or whatever. He's like, oh no, he's just costume vigilante or whatever. And then Lex is like, let him do whatever he wants. He's not a threat anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Right. And I was like, surely Lex is familiar with Batman.
Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know, man. He seems really, really focused on metahumans being like bad in this version of him.
That's
so.
true. I got a feeling that if you bring up Batman to Lex Luthor, he'd just be like, the Bat vigilante, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But then you could be like, yeah, man, well, what do you think about Bruce Wayne? Man, fuck Bruce Wayne.
yeah, fuck him.
Oh, shit. But I agree. The entire Lex Luthor scene was tremendous, unexpected, and it worked tremendously. Nicholas Hoult, he was dialed in completely for that scene.
He really was. He just did an incredible job of playing this a lot more sort of, Lex that doesn't have all these resources. Like, he was very, like, pompous and arrogant in the Superman movie because he was holding all the cards. Yep. And don't get me wrong, he's not those things here, but it's very clear that, he's the one who needs something in this point, and he is eager to give Rick Flag Sr. whatever he wants for the right price.
Yep. So, yeah, curious to see what happens next. If we see anything else happen with Lex Luthor, does he get out of prison at the end of Peacemaker, or do we wait until Man of Tomorrow before we see that?
I think we see it in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Anything else for this episode?
No, I'm definitely excited to see what they do next week. The homie Dylan is going to be filling in. Dylan will be filling in next week, and I will be back just in time to come back and do the finale for you guys. So really excited about all of that, honestly, and seeing what happens here, and also to hear what Dylan's thoughts are on the show, because I know he's working on catching up right now.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear what Dylan thinks of all of this shit. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It would have been hilarious, right? Had like the week lineup had been different, and you just got all the filler bullshit.
And then next week was the reveal. I'd have been so mad.
Oh yeah, that would have been great for me, not for you, but for me.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn to go first on this one.
It is.
Yeah. This is the pacing and just the storytelling elements that Peacemaker needed to have. This is kind of what I've been expecting from this show for a while. I got to be honest, so far before this episode, the highlights for me for season 2 of Peacemaker have been episodes 1 and episodes 3. And honestly, everything else has been some form of
filler. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough during your monologue.
Yeah, you had something there. Mm-hmm. I feel inspired to say some sort of filler, or just slow build up for shit to come. And I don't mind a slow burn, right? I don't mind a proper build up for a story, especially if you know you're going to deliver on something big. But the way that this was played out, it was almost too little too late. I can definitely see people getting a little tired of watching 30 minutes of a setup continuously and then never getting there. Like, 30 minutes of foreplay and you never even get to... Don't even think about busting. You never even get anywhere else. Like, god damn. That's kind of what it felt like Peacemaker was doing to us for a second there.
It's like, okay, see you next week. We'll pick up from here.
Like, no, I just...
And then next week is another 30 minutes.
Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like here. But this episode was really what this show needed. So I think that the pacing, again, was tremendous, and it had to be. Again, this episode was only 36 minutes, beginning to end. I think that the use of characters was really good, and I just love how we see so many of these characters who we know now are just evil pieces of shit, like Keith and Blue Dragon, and even that Earth's version of Harcourt. we think that they're just these such upstanding good people, but no, they're vile and they're rotten to the core. But I think that just helps it play off that much smooth because evil can look all kinds of ways. So and just the reveals in this episode was tremendous. The whole reveal of the Nazi plot, the Lex Luthor cameo was tremendous. Yeah, I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10. I think that if we could have had 8 more minutes of real episode, it could have been used, I think, just to flesh out this universe even more. And then, of course, like you mentioned earlier, the vigilante stuff was also great.
Yeah.
Him coming to the realization that, oh shit, okay, so in this universe, Peacemaker is, he's part of the problem, and the Sons of Liberty are the good people here, apparently, or the freedom fighters of sorts. Very interesting reveal. So.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm going to score mine a little bit lower, but not too much. The show is grinding my gears because, number one, they changed the theme song. I could deal with these little 30-minute tidbits that I've been fed of filler if at the beginning of that said 30 minutes I got to hear, do you really want to taste it? However, I've been robbed of that. The new song is still ass. All of that aside, this episode was the payoff that we've been building up to for a while. I really hope that the rest of this season just continues with the forward momentum that this episode set up. Let's be honest. James Gunn had 4 to 5 hours of story to tell here. And I don't know if it's his call or if it's WB trying to stretch out subscriptions or what, but making us wait 8 weeks for this story when, honestly, this season could have been 4 1-hour episodes, maybe 5. Or, do 6 45-minute episodes or something like that. But anything over that, it's butter scraped over too much bread. It's just, there's just not enough there to where it's like, okay, well, I waited all week to watch the next episode of Peacemaker, and then it feels like you didn't get anything, and then you got to wait another week. We finally got a week where it didn't feel like that. The vigilante stuff was good. Finally, him and Adebayo have something to do on the show. Yeah, which, by the way, Adebayo got some steps on her. She was outrunning all of them.
Oh, for sure.
She was, granted, she had an extra incentive of, incredible fear and probably adrenaline.
Right.
Because, she doesn't know anything about this world, but she knows everybody in this neighborhood is white, and they are all running after her. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, it probably didn't register to her immediately, but when he yelled one got out, that had to be just the most horrifying shit, because, I was watching it on TV, and I was horrified.
Yeah.
So.
And then, where do you run to?
Yeah, there is nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Vigilante's house, but she don't know that.
She don't know that. Yeah.
I guarantee you, man, I before this season's over, I really need to see double Vigilante just full tilt, full violence, massacre some Nazis.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Please. If we can't get G.I. Robot, that's the next best thing. Obviously, if there can't be a G.I. Robot in this universe.
Not in this universe. Oh, if it is, then he's the wrong way.
Oh, no. No, that would be awful.
Yeah.
But that being said, I am going to give this a 8.4. There is still room for it to improve. I'm really hoping maybe, I've given up on next week's episode. I think the next episode is probably going to be a lot about what we've got, 30, 40 minutes. But I'm hoping for the finale we can get a full girth, episode. So there you have it, folks. Peacemaker episode 6.
There you have it. I have seen people online attempt to, I guess, defend the runtimes of these episodes. And granted, yeah, there are always going to be people who complain about anything, right? But I think that the complaints for the length of these episodes are very understandable. Just because even if you compare it to season 1, these are just noticeably shorter episodes. And like you said, Caleb, the content just isn't there. It is, as you put it, butter spread over too much toast. But to the people who really just feel so adamant to defend like these runtimes, and they say things like, well, the good thing about the streaming era is they're able to make episodes, the length that they want to, and they don't have to, adhere to any sort of format. But the problem is, serious, that it's very obvious that James Gunn is adhering to a format that he's been told to follow by.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if this were James Gunn's decision, these episodes would have been longer and tighter, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up using a lot of, I don't want to say B-roll, but he probably used a lot of additional footage that he didn't intend to, just to kind of help pad out some of these episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% think that at the end of the season, it will have been able to be 5 episodes. Like 1 and 8 would be, of course, their own, and then 2 and 3, 1 episode, 4 and 5, 1 episode, 6 and 7, 1 episode. I really think that it's basically 5 hours of story that they just kind of grabbed it and was like, 8 weeks, and we'll just stretch it across here. Because that's really what it has felt like thus far, is them putting these like cliffhangers in at these kind of middle of the episode places. It's like they're trying to be the Pit, except the Pit gave us like fucking 14 hours. Yeah. Solid.
Yeah. So there you have it. This episode did restore my faith in this season. And I'll tell you, they can still turn this thing around if the next 2 episodes are as strong as this one. So,
do you think Eagly can control eagles in this world?
I think we spoke about this, and
are they like Nazi eagles?
That's the thing, right? Because the eagle is supposed to be a symbol of like American freedom.
Right, yeah. So
I don't know if his powers work here.
You think they like hunt down the eagles here?
Maybe,
maybe like Red St. Wild is like a notorious like hero here.
Right.
The great eagle slayer.
Yeah. I don't know what Nazi Germany's bird of choice was, but I'm sure that bird is probably, the one that's halted or exalted here. Not sure. I got a feeling that we haven't seen the last of Michael Rooker in the DCU, though.
No, he'll probably play at least 12 more characters. Hopefully one of them is fucking Snowflame.
Hopefully. Oh, that'd be great. Well, all right, homies. That's going to be all for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Peacemaker, episode 6 of season 2, titled Ignorance is Chris. We forgot to mention the title of this.
We did.
But yeah, Ignorance is Chris. And how fitting of a title is that for this episode?
The titles have been on point this whole season.
They really have been. I also forgot to ask you how you felt about the intro music, since I've been asking you every week, but you answered that already.
Terrible. Terrible.
I'm going to ask Dylan next week, and I hope and pray that he says he loves it.
He would. He would.
All right, homies. We will talk to you guys later. It's going to be a little bit before you see Caleb, but you still get me, so it's cool. It's cool. But until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
And I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.